So the IntelliDose is really simple to use. The menu that you're looking at right now shows you your EC. So this is the actual EC rating, which is 1.6, and your set point of 1.7. So the IntelliDose is wanting to get to 1.7. It just needs to add 0.1 EC to get you there. When you go through your menus, you have your dosing, your calibration, overrides, irrigation, alarms, your clock settings, and then your configuration. The dosing settings are super easy. To set up your EC, hit enter. To change your EC set point, hit edit. You can up it or lower it and hit save. You can have different EC for day and night depending on your growing. Then you have your dose times and your dose intervals. The dose time is how long the peristaltic pump stays on per dose. The dose interval is how long it waits between doses. To change this, simply hit enter, change, and hit save. You can also enable and disable the EC dosing here. So while you're cleaning out your tanks or if the system goes into disuse, you can just disable it. And if you have a different EC for day and night. To exit out of the EC settings and go into pH, simply hit exit, go into pH dosing, and once again you can set your set points, your dose times, your intervals, and enabling or disabling it. Calibration is super easy on the IntelliDose. You simply go to the calibration screen, hit enter, you go into pH calibration, and you'll see it says pH 7.0 calibration. Set your probe in 7.0 solution, dial it in, using the arrows, and when you get to 7.0, hit continue. To calibrate your EC, hit enter, put it into the 2.77 solution, use your arrows to get it correct, and then hit save. From the main menu, you can also go to overrides, so you could force dose an EC dose. You can force dose a pH dose. And we have irrigation settings. You can have up to 4 irrigation stations on the IntelliDose. To set up your irrigation station, you simply enter in, tell it how long you want it to run. This irrigation station is set to run for 15 seconds every 15 minutes. To go into station 2, same thing. This is set to run for 30 seconds every 5 minutes. You have up to 4 irrigation stations, and they can all be set for different lengths of time. We have alarms, so that we can have alarms go off if you have your EC. So if your EC alarm is enabled, then you can say what you want your minimum EC alarms and maximum EC alarms for. If you go outside of that range, an alarm will go off. You have the same for pH and temperature and dose counts. We have our clock settings, and then we have basic configuration settings where we can log in our log times, nutrient units. We have the ability to do EC, CF, and TDS, so you can change the units to whatever you're comfortable with. Date format, temperature units. If you want to have the alarm buzzer muted on the unit itself so that the controller itself doesn't make any noise, you can mute it here. We have screen contrast, backlight, and then we can go into the info, which tells us a little bit about the controller, all the versions. And then we have our advanced settings. So in the advanced settings, we can talk about dosing types, dosing modes, any type of lockouts, and output functions. With the nutrients, you can choose to have multiple parts of nutrients, up to 9, and then to set your pH lower or raise, and if you're enabling your irrigation. And if you're going to have station outputs, and then your pump outputs. And you can just exit until you get back to the main menu. As you can see, the IntelliDose is very easy to navigate.